I used to have a simple life. Whatever needed doing round the farm, I'd do it. Being the eldest son, it's tough. But at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came.
War.
I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run.
Run!
To live.
Go live!
At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me. A story about my uncle, Jordan. He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley far away from the war. For weeks I held on to that thought, until the valley from my mother's stories. I could see it. This is where I can start a new life.
Medieval Dynasty. And welcome to Medieval Dynasty. Today, we're going to be starting a playthrough series, starting from day one and progressing however far we can. And I'll be including as many tips as I can remember as we go. We're at the start point in the game right here. On the right-hand side, you can see we have a little exclamation point telling us to start a new life and talk to the Castellan. So we're going to do that. But we're also going to start picking up a couple sticks and stones here along the way. Because this not being my first rodeo with this game, I do know we're going to need to do a couple of things to make our life just a little bit easier as we play the game here. And you can choose to do this as you will, but one of the things that I intend to do is go and buy a backpack and a pouch in order to give us some more storage space. It's something that you can find laying around the world at given loot spawns and bandit camps and things like that, although bandits aren't going to show up until year 2. But since you can find it at any point in time, I think getting it out of the way now is pretty life-changing. So we're going to do that. I need to get some sticks and stones, like I said, and stones are going to be the hardest thing for me to find because they're just hard to see right now. Sticks are pretty easy. I'm going to gather what I can on my way down here to Gustovia, where we're going to meet the Castellan. Pigeon. You probably notice my voice. Oh, let's stop and look at this, though. Look how nice this game looks. A little bit of haze from the morning. Just entering into the valley. It's nice. As I was saying, you probably noticed my voice might sound a little bit different. And that's because I have a pretty good head cold thing going on. I've never noticed ants before. Never have I noticed ants. This is a new experience for me. I wonder if that's part of that update with the butterflies and things. If the ants are new, that's awesome. Anyway, I have a head cold, and I'm going to sound a little bit more scratchy than usual and a little more muffled than usual because my sinuses are pretty terrible, and I apologize. There's little that I can do other than just give it time. But the videos must continue. Unighost, talk to me, buddy. Those eyes. I didn't think I would see them again. One blue as the sky and the other black like a lump of coal. Dude, you alright? You seen a ghost? Oh, so you aren't one. Good. For a second there, I thought I lost it. Haha, but your eyes. You look just like him. Sorry, you must have me mistaken. My name's Rasimir. Wanda's son, aren't you? Jordan's nephew. What? Did you know my mom? Not really. I knew of her. We did never actually meet. He wanted to keep his families separate. What? Oh, you will. Just wait. What do you mean by did? Is she well? Well, I hope she is now, wherever that might be. I've lost both my parents in the war. Damn it, this world. I guess it can be as cruel as it is beautiful. I'm sorry, my boy. Nobody should lose their loved ones at such a young age. It's okay, they've died. Why would you say that? It's not okay. They died. You wouldn't say this statement. We're just going to go with that one. Of course, my boy, of course. I apologize. Hey, but you mentioned my uncle. I actually came here looking for him. Oh, Rasimir, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but your Uncle Jordan is no longer with us. He passed away 3 years ago. I'm so sorry. I understand how you must feel. He was a dear friend of mine. What? Wait, that can't be. What happened? Oh, don't worry. He died peacefully in his sleep. He didn't suffer. I can promise you that. Oh, man, what am I going to do now? Well, you're free to go wherever you like and start a new life. I hereby grant you the permission of the Castellan to build and farm on any unutilized land in the valley. Construct yourself a house and see what comes next for you. You can even build a whole village if you like. There are many travelers passing through. Maybe some of them would like to join your settlement. Just like that, I can just take land. Well, you have to pay taxes to the king, but apart from that, you're free to do as you please, as long as you don't break the law, or at least if you don't get caught. Sounds amazing. The valley is beautiful. Let's see what fate has in store for me. Well, I'm glad to hear that. You can find resources all over the land. Grab a few rocks and sticks from the ground and craft yourself a simple axe. With it, you can cut down trees and chop them into logs, and you can create a wooden hammer. That'll be crucial in the building process. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. Listen. When you build your home, come back to Gastovia and talk to my wife, the Braniega. She manages the tavern. Ask her to feed you. You must be famished. And then grab some beers for both of us and come back. I'll tell you some stories about Jordan. Sounds like a plan to me. Collecting resources. We collected resources. All right, tree cutting. Okay. So when we, it asks us to hit I, so we're going to pull up this kind of game wiki. It just gives us lists of things and it tells us exactly what they are. Kind of useful if you're new to the game. On the right hand side you'll see we now have a chapter, a new beginning, and if we hit J, this will bring up our journal and we'll see we have chapters and new beginning. Chapters are like the game tutorial in a way, progression points of what you need to do to get started. It's tips that will unlock Dynasty Reputation, and Dynasty Reputation is the element of the game that allows you to build more buildings and recruit more people based on what the valley thinks of you. That's your Dynasty Reputation. So the more you do for the valley, the more buildings you can build and the more people you can recruit to your village or city, depending upon how big it gets. We're going to look at the map. We're going to see where we are. We're in Gastovia over here. And we have towns to the north across the river. We have towns to the south in the mountains. Orientation. This is where I'm heading over to Denica. So I'm going to double click and put a map pointer there, which will also show in our HUD. Now you can see on the compass above the blue, that's where we're going. And that's where we're going to head right now. Let's stop and say hello. We have some people that we can recruit. Dagmara looks like she's got a 3 in survival and a 3 in excavation. Gotta wait for my stamina. I'm holding my alt key so I can see what's above their head. And this guy's a hunter, so Marwald might be one of our first recruits into our village because we're going to need a hunter and a excavator too. So maybe the two of them would be a good pair. I think they might be. It means she's going to get pregnant pretty quick though. Pregnancy in the game. Hello, this is a traveler wagoner dude. He will take you to any of the villages that are on the map. He'll just charge you a couple hundred to a few hundred coin in order to do so. In the late game, that's really not that big of a deal. It's pretty convenient to get someplace. It's instant. It doesn't take any time. And, yeah, instead of riding a horse even, that's pretty good. All right, so we're going to get stones, stones, stones. And we unlocked a survival point. So let's take a look at that. Skills, survival, survival knowledge. this first point we're going to be putting in survival knowledge. Our close goal is to get survival sense. So that's what we want to do with our next point. So survival knowledge, we're going to put a point here. And you're going to see now it unlocks these two, strongest and oak and survival sense. We want this one early game. This is going to allow us to highlight things better, easier, faster to gather stone sticks, herbs, and those kinds of things. It's just a quality of life thing. It's going to make things a lot easier right now. Oh, while I'm down here at the water, the other thing I want to do is grab these reeds. Once we pick the reeds, they turn into straw. Straw is also a byproduct of farming, wheat and flax and grains. Well, not flax, actually. Flax turns into flax stalks, but stalks are used for linen. But for wheat and rye, it's a byproduct. Early game, you can only get it down on these coastal waters. And straw is used to build every tier 1 building, including the house, unless you upgrade the roof of the house to be wood. But I'm not even sure. Can you do that with a simple house? Maybe. I can't remember. But in order to do the wood, it's actually lumber that you have to make. So it requires a woodcutter, actually, to make the planks. And once you make the planks, then you can make roofs out of planks. I want to get about 80 of this straw. Okay. And now that we have sticks and stones, I'm going to craft knives. And we're going to Q9 to craft. When you look at your settings, you're going to see that there's options for something called quick crafting. And if you enable that, you can see we're cycling through each of the 9 knives. If you have quick crafting enabled, you would have completed all 9 knives on the first cycle and eliminates the remaining cycles. So if you want to make it more convenient for you, if you just want to get along moving in the game and do more faster, that might be something you want to enable. I don't, because to me, it takes away one of the elements of time pressure. And in the game, time is the mobilizing factor. It's the factor that keeps pushing you to get things done because time passes, and quests are all time-based. They have an expiration. You want to get them done. Doesn't matter whether they're a chapter-based, not a chapter-based, but a main story quest or a kind of fetch quest. They're all time-based. So you want to make sure you get them done. But at the same time, it puts the pressure on the game to really get you going after it. Without that time pressure, you can just kind of meander around, and that may be your style. You just may want to be more of a builder kind of person who just builds a settlement in the game, and that's fine. And having that element of time extended might be what you want to do. Additionally, you can also increase the number of days in a season to give you more time to get things done. I would recommend not doing more than 4, just because of my own experience. If you increase the number of days, it means it's going to take that much longer for seasons to pass and for years to pass. And this is a dynasty game. You are eventually going to be playing as your heir. So don't worry about being in a rush to get things done in that regard. As far as like mission quests, like the main story quests, they usually have a pretty long time frame of seasons, if not years, in order to accomplish. So give yourself some time to get those done so you can develop your village or your town, so you can get an heir, so you can get a wife, and you can go through that whole process. So it looks like we found some wheat in this overturned cart, and that's one of the things that's nice about all of these bridges and coastal ways. There are loot opportunities along the way, and we're going to be trying to make use of all of them. Those are just sticks that caught my attention. It looked like it was something else. So I'm going to jump down here to the coast and just take a peek and see if there looks like there's any barrels or packages that have washed up along the shore. And I'm not seeing anything within eyeshot. So we're going to go back up here to the road and just start picking up our sticks and stones and keep heading on our way to Denica. Alright, and now we're thirsty. So we're going to close that and grab a few more sticks. Oh, we've increased production, so now we can put a skill point over here in crafting. So we can do experience gains from workshop and smithies or cooking. You know, it really isn't going to be relevant what you put your first point in because you don't have a workshop or a smithy, although probably workshop is going to be the first thing that you make, so I guess putting it there is best. But you're going to unlock these next two. And this builder one with the durability loss is actually pretty good one. You're going to be doing a lot of building and going through a lot of hammers. And when you only have wood hammers to begin with, they go pretty quick. They get used up pretty quick. So let's see. We have skill points now for survival. So now we can go back to that survival sense and unlock that. And now if we hold Alt, we can see all these sticks and rocks. And you can see the herbs and the berries. They just stand out that much more. That just makes it a lot easier for us to gather when we're in dense areas where, you know, like that stone hiding under there would be difficult to see. So we're just going to make use of this as much as possible. Alright, so now let's take a look at what we have inventory-wise. We have 26 knives, which I think we're going to need quite a few in order to buy the backpack and the pouch that we're looking to get. We really haven't found anything of any significant value yet in any of the loot areas. So based on our loot that we've been able to find here, I would say this is probably one of the poorer starts that you could have in the game. Usually the loot is a little bit better, especially on that road back there. And we're just not having the luck. So I would expect this to be one of the worst starts you could have. Ooh, but we do have some plum trees there. Early game plum trees, getting them planted are a good food source, but at the same time, it does fetch a pretty good amount. I think we can get 100 and something for each of them, 110 maybe. So I don't see any barrels here on the coast, but what is this here? A logging camp, it looks like. Hopefully we'll have an axe here. We can get a good axe. Ooh, apple trees. Nice. So we have a lot of seedlings. Okay, so we have a stone axe. It's going to finish our requirement. Need will sell for a good amount. I'm going to leave the logs because they're heavy. And I don't need to carry logs around. Actually, you know what? Can I pick them up even? I can't. They're just an element in the game, so it doesn't matter. I was going to make spears out of them, but spears are heavy right now, so I don't think I want to do that. See if there's anything else laying around here. Nothing right now, so we're going to keep moving on. So when we check our inventory, so these, we're going to get half. So we're going to get 90 apiece for those apple tree seedlings. And we're going to get, 80 apiece for these plum tree seedlings. So that's not too bad. That's actually a pretty good bump in what we already have with our stone knives. So we're going to get 20 apiece on the stone knives. It's pretty good. That's not bad at all. So we're just going to keep going. So our goal being to get to Denica. But then after that, we're going to head to Lesnica. And Lesnica, we're going to be able to get a... what is that? Are these bandits? I didn't think bandits could show up until year 2. Oh my gosh, these are bandits in year 1? What? I don't have any weapons. Oh my, we're running. We're running. Looks like I do want some spears. Oh my. Are they going to have some good loot worth taking though? Oh man. Let's see. I have a stone axe, right? And a knife. I think I want a spear. Let's get a spear. We're going to chop down a tree. Yep. We're going to chop down a tree. We're going to get a few spears. Oh no. Well, there's a lesson that you can also pick up on in the game. Trees can mess you up. Thankfully, we didn't die, but at the same time, it took down our health, and we're just getting ready to get into a fight. So, this is fun. Alright, we're going to get some logs here. We're going to get 4 spears, but we're going to be heavy. Be heavy, heavy, heavy. Let's see what we can get going. Alright, we got spears. We are overloaded. And let's see. Is there anything we can drop on the ground to free up our weight? Probably not enough. Alright, let's see what happens. We can always come back and pick up this stuff later, after we deal with these guys. So I'm going to get down here to a spot and kind of unload our inventory a little bit so we can take on these bad boys. I am so confused by bandits being in the game at year 1. That is such a shocker. I'm wondering how that's possible. So let's just drop our seedlings and we'll just drop our stones because they're not really that much. And our sticks and our stone knives. Just drop all that stuff there. That stuff will just sit there on the ground, and I just want to free up our weight so that we can fight. So I want these spears in 1, and I want the knife in 2, and that's going to be it. Now we're going to go fight. Let's see what happens. All right, nobody with a bow. That's good. They're kind of stacked up. How are you not dead? Alright. So it looks like we got an AI glitch, but you know what? I'm going to exploit it. I think this is the they're not going to attack me thing because I'm so new. What a weird thing. I've never seen this happen. But oh, now he's coming. Alright. Come on, buddy. Nice whack to the head. Alright, so we got some bandit loot. A wine bottle. Alright, let's see what else we have here. Plum wine. Get our wooden spear. Torch. Bolts. What an interesting development. Never seen that happen before. Alright. Wooden cup. We'll see how much it is. We'll get it in our inventory. That'll give us an idea. We've lost a lot of time here. It's already evening. We haven't even made it to Denica yet. I'm going to end up dropping all this fish on the ground. I'm not going to bother. Well, I'll drop it on the ground over here. We'll come back for it later. So all of this stuff that we can't carry. So I've got them. I've got this, right? Yeah. Cart. Oh, that's just something in the tree. Doesn't have anything in it. We haven't checked this guy yet. Let's see what he has. There's a stone knife. We can sell that. Did we check him? Maybe we did loot him already. Alright, so we got some stuff. So let's go back down here to our main gear that we've got. And we'll just pick up all of it. And we are completely overloaded now. So, let's see. Apples are not that big of a weight issue. We're going to eat a plantain to get our health up as much as we can. Bucket will sell for 30. This cheese is going to sell, and that's going to be nice. I do think it's going to be at a reduced rate because of the percentage loss, but we already have 324 coin, and we haven't even done anything selling-wise. I'm going to drop the fur because it's heavy. That'll free up 4. I think we're manageable. Alright, so it's going to be dark by the time we get to Denica. Hopefully the NPCs are going to still be out. Otherwise, we're going to have to bed down for the night. And maybe that's what we'll do here anyways. We'll just end up making a campfire along the way and hit Denica in the morning. Usually, I've made it all the way to Lesnica on the first day, and even made it to where I want to start building, which gives me the whole second day to build. It's not the case with this playthrough. It was a interesting surprise, interesting development. Yeah, our running is our walking. I'm running and we're not really getting anywhere. Okay. I think we're going to have to drop the dried meat. The roasted meat, we can eat it. There we go. Perfect. Another camp. Oh my gosh. The start of this game is amazing. So this isn't a bandit camp, but it's an abandoned camp. Oh my goodness gracious. A bow. So now we have a bow and bronze arrows. Holy cow. Copper knife, fur. So I'm going to loot everything that is that an iron axe? That's an iron axe. Oh my gosh. Firewood. I don't want any of the firewood. It's just too heavy and does not burn it. So I think there's really nothing else here. So hitting the F key brings up my torch, if you didn't know that already. Okay. So now we're encumbered. We go back down to the path, because if you dump things on the path, you'll see it later. And let's see. We have got so much stuff. I don't even know where to begin, but we're going to equip the bow. That is going to be our bow. We're going to throw the bronze arrows over there. We only have 2, but that's fine. It's better than nothing. Iron axe is going to go in the 3 slot. Copper knife we're going to hold on to in the 2 slot. Yeah, we're just going to run encumbered. It's just going to take us a minute. I'll probably have to fast forward the game unless something develops, which with this playthrough seems like it's highly likely that something's going to happen. Alright, we're using the little sidestep cheat here. So in the game, if you strafe, sidestep, you actually will move faster. And we're here too late. I think we're going to have to bed down for the night. So sidestepping makes you move faster. And everybody's asleep. So, yeah, we can't wake them up. We're going to have to come over here and grab some sticks and bed down for the night. Such an interesting start with this game. It's so late. I've never had a playthrough take this long on the first day. And it's interesting because stuff happened, but at the same time, wow. And that should be it. Oops. And we'll light it. And sleep till the next day. And we wake up ready to go. Hazy new dawn. We're off to a good start. Having an iron axe is really a nice thing. That's going to give us a little bit of break of crafting axes when we get to chopping down trees and building. See, everybody's still over here asleep. Where are you, Matilda? Looking at the indicator for the seamster.
Greetings, stranger.
Show me your wares,
Only the best
please.
products here.
I'm going to sell you my cheese. And I'm going to sell you all of my knives. And I'm going to sell you my wooden crossbow. And the wooden bolt. And the wine bottle. And I'm going to sell you my stone axe. And this stone knife. And the plum wine. And what else? The mead bottle. And the mead. Yeah, and the cudgel. That's good to have for pigs. I'm going to sell you my iron bolt. And that leaves me with apple tree seedlings and other things, but I have enough to buy what I want to buy. I might want to hold on to these and plant them. So we are going to get our large pouch and our simple large backpack. Fabulous.
See you soon.
Thank you. So now we're going to equip our large pouch, and we've gone up to 45 kilograms, and now the large backpack is going to take us to 65. So now we can carry some stuff. So now we're unencumbered. We could probably go back and pick up the other stuff, but I want to continue on. We still have 739 coin. I want to continue on now to Lesnica, and I want to get a bow over there. We'll probably sell the bow we have and get a recurve bow and some iron arrows. And this should just be quick because I don't think we need to stop and make anything. I'm going to equip my bow with my 2 bronze arrows just in case. Loot spot somewhere around here. Oh, right here. Coin, 194 coin, and a potion of stamina. What do you know? You know what we're going to do? We're going to drink that potion of stamina right now. Wait, did it not work? I thought it was supposed to work. Potion of stamina, does it not increase? Oh. Not ready for him. All right, let's look at our skills here. Since we're in the menu, we can unlock more survival knowledge, or we can actually go with survival list. 10% less food loss and water. In most cases, I would recommend putting points where you're going to gain more points faster, but having this be 10% slower is actually a pretty good thing. So we're going to go with that, which is also going to increase these options, which can give us the stamina faster. Be able to put points into the stamina faster. We're going to skirt this little wolfy dude over here. Get away from him. And continue on. And let's see, we've got some ores on the ground here. We're going to make note of this spot. This will be on our return back to where we're heading. And we can pick up on some of the stuff and grab it on our way back. Oh, but look, we have a cart down here. Man, what a lucky start on this game. A fishing spear. Is that about it? So many loot spawns. So much action. Alright, so we're going to run. And that stamina potion will make our stamina bar decrease slower, so we can just run a little farther. There's also usually a camp that spawns over there in that tree clearing. We're going to keep going. Time to get our bow. And technically, we're not too far behind schedule, I guess. If you factor that usually we're already back at the main location where we're going to build come morning. This isn't too far off. Show me your wares, please. So we're going to sell her our bow. And we're going to sell her the bronze arrows, because we don't need them anymore. We're going to sell her the fishing spear. And let's see. I'm going to sell her the mead, because we're not going to need it right now. And we're going to sell her a wooden vial. And now we're looking for that recurve bow. That's what we want. Buy the recurve bow from her. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
And we're off. Now we need Theobald. Theobald is the blacksmith, who is not here. And I just sold our arrows. Does she sell arrows? I don't think she does. I think that's why I've always had to go find Theobald. So confused.
It's nice
You don't sell arrows, do you?
Trade is in my nature.
Nope, you don't.
It was nice
Thank
seeing
you.
you.
So the blacksmith, oh, he's got an exclamation
Hello,
on his head.
traveler.
That's why I couldn't see him. The game is playing trickery.
Only the
I'm not
best
going to help
products
you
here.
with anything yet. Just now, I need to get the iron arrows from you. And we're going to get 25, I guess, to start. Should be pretty good. So we could have also bought the recurve bow from him. So if you ever are over here, you can buy one or the other. And
Goodbye.
probably save yourself a step just going to Theobald, honestly. Something I probably should have made note of in my Things You Don't Know video, which I'll put a link up to above. All right, so now we've got our bow. We've got our arrows. We're going to head to that location. I'm going to go ahead and put my bow in my 4 slot. And I'm going to go to my iron arrows and equip those. So now we're ready. We're ready to rock and roll. There's only one more thing that I want to get. And that are some spears in case we run into some wolves. Because sometimes they dodge your arrows and you need to smack them in the face. So I'm going to go down here and get a pine tree. We'll just go with 3. 3 spears. Just wooden spears. Because the area that we're headed to is not dangerous in any means or ways. But getting there, we should be passing a wolf up here, I think. So just be prepared. That's all. Just being prepared. Boy Scout. And now we're running. Got our bow out just in case. And we could be getting some deer up here. Starting our leather procuration early. And that would be pretty good. Make bags. So if you haven't seen my making money, wait, although I could have taken the shot right there when he got hung up. My making money, oh, look at this, another loot spawn? Gee, many Christmas. What is this game gone to? There's loot everywhere. Cabbages, all right, take it. Take it. Rot, we'll take it, because we're going to need it anyway. And let's see, there's sticks, firewood. Okay, I'll take the firewood now because we have the space. Ooh, there's a coin purse. 25 coin. All right. Well, we're just finding all of the nice little loot spawn places. Nice. On our way. So as I was saying, if you haven't seen my making money video, the ultimate making money guide, or the ultimate guide to making money fast, I have a spreadsheet in there that basically outlines the things that you can craft for the most money, being the most efficient at least, being the most efficient with your time, being the most efficient with your resources. So check it out. I'll put a link to that above as well. Our stamina's built back up, so we're going to run. And you can see how beautiful this little area is. We have such a nice little clearing. This is great for on these slopes to do a bunch of fields. We can get down here, and to the most magical part is this lake. There's a beautiful lake down here. And while we're here, we'll take a drink and maybe a bath. And look at that. There's more loot down there in the corner. See that down there? Just pop over real quick. And then we'll get to building. We still have time in day 2. With an iron axe, it's going to make things go a little bit faster. We have hops. Can't do anything with hops right now. But we have wheat to plant, and that's a huge bonus. Look at the mountain range, the lake. Got the fish in the water. All right. So now we're going to get to building. We're going to put down a simple house or small simple house, because that's all we can build right now. We're going to start chopping these trees down. Hopefully we don't get crushed by one again. I should be grabbing some plantains while I'm doing this too. Alright, so where do we want to build our first simple small house? I like these copse of birch trees here. I think it makes a nice little place to set up a little starting community of decorative value. Probably chop this pine down. Probably chop all these pines down. Let's see. Let's go ahead and drop this one down, and then we'll put a house here. Another tip, if you didn't know, you can put buildings closer to trees if you chop the tree down. So the trees, they'll regrow if you leave the stump. To remove the stump, you have to use a shovel. But you can chop these trees down. You could put buildings closer to them, and the trees will grow back, and their branches will be tighter to the house, if not even in the house. So let's look at this as an example. Let's see if we can cut this tree down. Let's see, you see these branches actually extend pretty far too, so I might have to cut that one down also. That means we can put the houses closer and create a better aesthetic element, I guess you could say. So what are we getting into here? Yep, it's that same tree right there. Such a big droopy tree. So in 3 years, these trees will grow back, and you'll never have known. It'll be perfect. Although I have that stump in the way. I wish I had a shovel. Can I make a shovel? Oh, I need to make a shovel. Wooden shovel. Perfect. We are going to remove that pine. So let's put the shovel in our 6 slot. Let's remove this stump. All right. The other thing I need is a hammer. Wooden hammer. All right. Building. Thank you. So let's get this house put in place. We have, see how much closer I can get to those trees? You see where these trees are? We can get so much closer to them now. Even if I come this way, where that stump was out of the picture, we can still get so much closer. I'm going to nestle this guy. Let's see, I like it going back as far as we can get. I think right here. We bring up our hammer, we can see. I need stone. We will get some stone. The other nice thing about building in this area is there is really no shortage of resources. Stone is pretty prolific in the tree lines, the wooded areas. And if you need more, once you gather all that, you can hit the mountain sides, and there's lots of stone up there. Makes it really easy, convenient, and fast. So now we're getting overburdened. We have lots of logs. So we'll get these stones into this foundation. We'll get these logs used up. That'll give us a little bit of weight. Freed up. We can move just a little bit faster. Alright. So now we can build a well. We can edit this. So now we can make it a wooden roof or a wood tile roof. But because we don't have the ability to make planks yet, because we don't have... let's see, we're going to be looking at a woodcutter. Where's the woodcutter? Can we make a woodcutter right off the rip? No, can't. Woodshed comes later. So we have to wait for the woodshed. So it's going to take a second, but by the time we build a resource building, this will unlock and we'll be right into a woodshed. So we're not going to change this to anything like wood planks because it's going to take a minute. We can edit the house later though. So you are not stuck with what you have. You can edit it to make it whatever you want. But as soon as we open up the small houses, we're going to be no longer making these simple small houses anyway. We have so much loot on us, I think, just from all that stuff. I mean, we're just carrying so much stuff. And spears. Spears are heavy. So let me go chop down some more trees. I'm going to start with these guys. All right, perfect. So we're not going to bother building a well just yet. A well is useful for assigning somebody to that task, allowing them to use buckets and water skins in order to gather water for your village. And believe me, that's needed mid-game for sure. Early game, not so much. If you have enough water skins and buckets, you can gather that yourself and put that away and not use a body on the water. Let's finish our building. And perfect. So now we get to see that chapters are basically our tutorial thing. And we are going to make a compost bin. And we're going to make a hoe. Alright, so we're going to put our first field just right here off the back of this house, just to get us, maybe I'll put it out here a little bit further, just to give us some room to do some things. So we're going to go to our field, and our first one, we only have 3 fertilizer. So I'm going to make just a little small field, right? So we're going to we're going to get our hoe, which is an H, which is going to be over, oh wait, it's a wood hoe, so it's a W. So we're going to get that. So 7, put it in our 7 slot. And we're going to till this up. Oh, I just realized we need to make a simple bag. Can we do that? Nope, we need leather. Looks like we have to go shoot something in the face. I heard a deer. Are you deer? There you are. And there's one. And that should give us enough leather to make a simple bag. So now we can sow the fertilizer we have on our field. I'm going to grab these rocks while we're here. I think I can make a stone knife. Get this chapter stuff done as we go. We still have to get to Dobronjega. Do that. So, where's our field? It's kind of hidden. Alright, so we need to put our bag in our toolbar. Put that in the 8 slot. And get our bag and grab our fertilizer. Won't you let me drop it? Fertilizer. Oh, do we not have any? I thought we had fertilizer. Did we not get fertilizer? Or did I throw it on the ground? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, well, that's fine. For right now, we're going to go unload a lot of our stuff into this. For some reason, I thought we looted fertilizer somewhere. We don't need that. Copper axe we don't need on ourselves. Firewood we don't need. Oh, we got a deer skull. Burn. Hops. Leather log. Throw that in there. Throw the meat in there. Throw the onion. Plum trees. So, actually, we can make plum trees. We can plant those. The plums and the apples, we can plant. We don't need fertilizer for them, I don't think. To check that. We did our task for a stone knife, so we don't need that. We can throw our straw in here until we build our other building. Our wheat, we can't use, so we'll put that in here. Wheat grain we can't do until we have fertilizer. oat grain. Let's keep our logs because we're still building. Put our cabbage in there. Apple tree seedlings. So I think we can actually put an orchard down. So let's put an orchard right here beside our little thing. Yeah. Put 2-spot orchard. Get our hoe out. Grub it. And get our bag out. Put orchard and apple. Perfect. So now we have apple trees going here. Nice. And we have our birch trees there. And we might even be able to do another set of orchards here. Let's get our shovel. Here's our shovel. 6. Let's get this stump out of the way. And do another orchard. Right there. Nice. And we'll get our bag, and we're going to do plums right here. So I believe it takes at least a year. I think it takes a year for them to start producing, but it might even take more. I'm not even sure. Maybe you know. Maybe you can put down in the comments how long it takes for the orchards to start producing what they need to do. All right, so I'm going to run down here. I'm going to take a bath. I'm going to take a drink. We're going to eat some food, and we're going to get started on our next building while we still have daylight left in day 2. All right, clean. So priority-wise, building the resource building is probably important. Probably should get that done. But what are the other options? The workshop. That's kind of desirable. Honestly, I want the woodshed. I want to get a woodshed going as fast as possible, which means we need to build the buildings that we want in order to get woodshed unlocked. So I could build another house, which we'll need for the NPC that's going to work in the woodshed. I also need a hunting lodge, and the hunting lodge is close to being unlocked. 48.7, so we just need to kill one more thing and we'll unlock the hunting lodge, and we can put that down. And then food storage, we need farming. So let's cover the quick track to farming real quick. That'll probably be what we do with the remainder of this time in this day. So we'll go out here to free open space, and for the remainder of the day, since we don't need to get into anything hefty, we're going to put another field, and we're going to make this field big. We're going to go big, big, big. We're going to go as big as we can get, because we want, and I know we don't need to do anything bigger than that. We want to unlock the next buildings in the farming thing. So all we have to do is just keep grubbing up this field until we unlock the level of farming that we want to build a barn. It doesn't take much. We look at the technology tree and we go to the farming. It's 5 for the food storage, which is the most important thing that we're getting here. And then the barn. And then the farm shed. We need the farm shed too, because that's what you need NPCs to utilize in order to work the fields. So we need basically all 3 of those, and being 15 technology points, or experience points, whatever the factor is, it's not much. It won't take us long to grub this up. There's the food storage. Any moment we should unlock the next one. There we go. There's the barn. And we just keep going until we unlock now we have the farm shed. Alright, so now we don't need this field. So we're going to go ahead and knock it out of the way. We have our little field here, which we actually still don't even need that. So we're going to go ahead and knock it out of the way until we actually get some fertilizer, which I mistakenly thought we had. I have enough to make a rabbit trap. Nope, I need 4 more sticks. I'm going to knock that out of the way too. It's waning light at the end of the day. I'm not going to play through the evening. Oh, now we got the hunting lodge. Very tempted. Very tempted. While we're here at these berries, I'm going to gather up as many of these as I can, because I don't want to forget. We have 300 berries. A little dark and a little too fast for me to take a shot at it. And I also have a plum tree and an apple that I can utilize. So into the compost bin go the unripe berries. That means at the turn of the season, they will ripen up. We'll throw these plum and apple seedlings in here just to free up some space. And we have what we have. So I think it's time to eat some food. Grab an oat roll. And we'll go to bed for the night. Which means we'll probably call it here. Until the next one.
And that's going to wrap up this video. I really appreciate you watching it until the end. If you enjoyed the content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Of course, you can always ring the bell to get notifications of future videos that are posted. But also, don't forget to participate in the discussion in the comments below, because I genuinely want to hear from you. Again, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.